Let's continue on with Andrea's Modern Mansion by Lego Friends. This is set number 42639, contains 2,275 bricks, retails for $199.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. And that's essentially what we've done so far in the last installment, and this build has been keeping my interest. We do have a bag here full of bulk items, and we have the 2 instruction manuals. We're going to finish this one up in this installment. I'm going to do bags 5 through 9, or wherever the manual stops, or 6 through 9. And here's the set of print work. We barely even touched that. And let me get everything situated here. And just to recap the build, it's been pretty interesting, and I've just been throwing some of the commentary with it because these friend sets are always fun for that. Now I got to dig into the box here. I forgot to set that up. So today I'm kind of behind. I've just been working on things around the house. So there's 8. So I'm going to just do bags 6, 7, 8, and 9 in this installment. So I'm betting that one will be the last one. And 14. I found 6. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try to find 7 real quick. Probably the very last one at the bottom. Well, I found a 17 floating in there. Okay, there's 7. Yep, it was the last one at the bottom, too. Well, let me put all these other ones back in. And usually, and I recommend this too, first off, don't pour all your bags out. And second, use the box to store the bags you haven't built yet so you can keep track of them. Okay. And now, let's begin. Well, let's not begin. I got to find bag 6 now. Hey, at least I pulled all the ones that we're going to need right now at this moment here. This moment in time. There we go. Right there. Okay, now let's start with bag 6. Let's hope I don't get interrupted today, because I want to work on this one. But remember in the last installment, we did work on the garage that works, the car, and part of the base on this one here. Oh, how much of this is going to get scratched or be scratched, we don't know. I've already dinged off a point, by the way, for that, too. No, I mean, sorry, Lego, but you got to take better care in packing your stuff. I already know how damaged this is going to be. That's pretty good. That's good. We'll get to them eventually. We're gonna, yeah. I've always checked. Like this one's got a scratch on it. I mean, I don't want to keep dinging off points, as I'll just fail almost every set that has glass in it. Like these big pieces, and I'm seeing pits. That's unacceptable. That's really bad quality control there. Okay. Now we're going to continue on here. Let's lose our 2 gals and a guy. Never good with that. So I think we have Andrea, Leo, and Autumn. So far we've done. It's so sad I know their names better than anything else. Yeah, this one's got a pit right in the middle. What a waste. Alright, I'm just going to check them all as we go. Well, those are tiles. Usually I don't care about tiles or the stuff like that. Okay, I'm trying to find a column piece right now. Usually I put the build in the front and the parts in the back. You can tell where I'm at today. It's one of those lazy days. I want to play some video games, and I looked at this, I thought, I'd rather build and do the games, so let's do this and take advantage of it here. Okay, it must be like that on purpose. And then we got to pick it up and rotate it. Alright, so I'm going to have a hard time here. I'm going to start pulling out transparent parts until we... I need to stack 3 of these on top of one another. All these parts, look at all the transparent light blue that we're getting in here. And I don't really use these for anything. If you like to use them for your skyscrapers, it'll give the reflection of the sky off of it. But for the stuff I build, I don't really ever use it. I have a bin just full of light blue windows that I just don't use. Also reminds me of soapy water too. And it goes right here. And we need 4 of these. I think this is supposed to be like a swimming pool or something. I don't know yet. And today is the 19th of December 2023. I know I have not finished up the shopping yet. I got up a little late, but I'll worry about it tomorrow. Because the other night I stayed up late getting this stuff done. I had to do some stuff for the ambassador thing, and then that was that. And I don't have anything to do right now. How bad is that one? Oh, that's in good shape there. Take our scratched pieces and put them in here. Alright. We'll see how far we can get on this today. I think it's supposed to be a swimming pool or something. Let's make sure we did everything here. Oh, put that on top. Oh, I see it. I have a gut feeling there's going to be drama today. So I'm keeping to myself. Sometimes you have that residual energy in your body that you can just feel it, and you're like, oh, I better stay away for the time being. Or maybe that could be a fish pond. I don't know what that would be. Alright, let's start piecing all that together there. So that's really kind of not locked together there. And I got to figure out why those pipes are rattling, or they call it water pipe hammering. It's never good. I think the water pressure might be turned up a little too high in the house. I think it's supposed to be around 50 psi's. I don't know what ours is, so I have to go in and I have no way to measure it though, so I'll have to go out there and just turn the valve down a little bit until the knockiness goes away. If I turn down too low, the whole house would just sound like it's ready to explode. Because you turn on the water line is right behind this wall, and it'll go and they're just loud. All right. Okay, we got all that done there. Looks like we're working in here now. Let's put all the blues back there. Yeah, today it's cloudy, and that's it. It's cloudy and warm today. I've been watching the news about all the storms and stuff hitting back east. Imagine all that chaos going on right now. People losing their homes or losing power. And out here, we're only complaining about it's 78, 80 degrees. It's a little warm for us out here. And let's get these in. Oh, these come in 1x or 3x3 form? All right, Lego. Been looking for those. Are these new? Need 3 of them. These would be great for making tiered flower beds. In fact, we got a hole down there. I don't know what we're going to do with that. Or something could fit over the top of that too. Yeah, at least I got my car all back together. And I gotta still troubleshoot it, but I mean, it's drivable, everything still functions as it should. I'm just trying to restore it. And it's a learning curve in progress. But it helps when you have the service literature to repair it, the technician's manual, although a lot of that stuff I don't understand. So I just sit back and Google everything and read it and try to make some sense out of it. One thing bad about these curved bricks, though, is that the seams line up. I also just don't like these holes in the front. At least the inside, I don't know, they got a hole in there too. I wish there was a way you can get those without the holes, but I understand why they do them, so you can set them on the bricks. Well, I'm missing a 1x1. Supposed to be one there. Oh, there it is. See, you hear that. I'll have to. I mean, it sounds like I'm in an old battleship, huh? It's all creaking and stuff. I'll have to check it all out when I'm done with this. Okay, now we got to do a sub step here. Slide that off to the side. And we're going to be building some steps. Yep, had to ruin it for you. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is more like summer colors. Just imagine like this is colors you'd see in your swimming pool. And yeah, and what am I doing this? I'm doing this in December, but this is going to be a set Lego's releasing in January. Oh, we don't have any 1x8s in that color? Oh, Lego, what a waste. You know what? Let's go right about there. Okay. Yeah, I've been clearing my throat too, but at least you can't hear it on there. Beauty of YouTube, I can edit that out for you so you don't have to hear the gross stuff. Alright. Yeah, sometimes the parts will just find their way underneath the building guide. I don't think these are any kind of normal stairs. No, they're not. We got to put 2 plates on top of one another. These must be what I call easy risers, or just what I call more minifigure scaled stairs. The reason why I'm saying that is, as you can see, they're not a brick tall, they're 2/3 of a brick tall. And these look better. I did them in the Michael Myers house that I built. And it looks better. They don't look as steep. They're not as wide. The treads are not as wide, but they look better like that. And so I've been kind of sticking with the 2/3 method for making stairs. It just looks better. And then the stairs, after you're done, they go in here. Next to the pool. Okay. Hoping I make a mistake in there because I'd have to pull that whole thing out. That'd not be fun at all. Alright, let's start smooth tiling things off here. So yeah, this has been pretty fun so far. It's something that it's just very relaxing to put together. I think it's colorful. It's the colors that are pretty much making the build more engaging instead of just doing white. I mean, we're doing white now, but we're also doing blues and nougat and all that stuff. And just makes the thing a bit more fun to put together instead of just doing the same old stuff. It's not repetitious by any means. It's none of that. Let's just stack these two on top of one another. And we're just about getting done with this step. So I'm only going to just be focusing on just a few steps in each installment. I don't know how long the first one was because I haven't edited it yet. I'm thinking of editing these and releasing them as I get them done because this was due like 2 weeks ago. Lego sent it to me late. And we'll see what we can do with it. And where does this go? It goes in here. Right in there like that. Before I press that down, let's make sure. I don't want to have to pull that out of there. And I forgot to put a piece up here in the corner. Not a modern mansion I've seen before, but at least this mansion is colorful. Now these fit right down here inside this lip here. I'll show you right in there in this lip. I had to look at that a couple of times there. Okay, it says, okay, step 140, just rotate it around. It looks like you're missing stuff, but no, we just rotate it. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Hold on. Okay, 140, you're not missing. You are missing something. You're supposed to put the garage on here right now. This is where a turntable would have came in handy here. So you're going to have to press that whole joint down in there. Probably how wide the mansion is. Probably about 18 studs. I mean, 18 studs. It's 48 studs. 18 studs, you're getting ripped off, huh? This goes right back in here. Alrighty. Oh! The blue hand from the void. E.T. is coming to visit us again. Alright, so basically what it shows us here is to put the car in like this. Then it tells you to turn the little crank, which we already did that in the last installment here. Push it down to let the car roll out. Isn't that cool? And you can put it back in reverse and then just crank the handle back up. It's not too bad. It's a nice little mechanism, huh? Now, we have a couple of extra pieces here, so where did these come from? We don't know. We might have skipped a step. We don't know. Let's go back here and take a look. We did that island thing there. Let me put the sticker sheet in here, because we have just... These two are pieces that are... Where did these other ones come from, huh? You know what? I did make a mistake here on the stairs. We were talking about that too, but I got let off pretty easy here. Okay, that's supposed to go there. So we got off pretty easy. Well, let me get that one. So that was pretty much a given there. Now I got to find out where that round brick goes. But remember what I told you though. Just take your time. If you make a mistake, it's fine. All right, and the round brick. Okay, remember right here where I said this is hanging over this lip? I'm going to peel this off. There's a round brick that goes in here. So I forgot that. Let's put that in there real quick. It's like I said though, I'm not editing this out because it's good troubleshooting skills for anyone to learn. Just take your time. And then I think that fixes everything up, because usually these are the common pieces we have remaining. And that's what we have remaining for bag 6. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 7. This has got some interesting colors in it, and your usual boring white. Okay. Let's see here. And put the sticker sheet over there. We're putting together another mini doll here. I'll find out what her name is in a second, and something just rolled behind here. And that's not a big gap, but it's just one of those little tiny things. If I have to fish it out, then I'll have to fish it out. I have some felt pads behind here because I got tired of it squeaking up against the wall. I may have to put something in here to fill that in. Well, I'm supposed to do this in another room of the house, in my shop more preferably, because there's more room out there. But, well, I can't do that really right now anyways, and I'm just tripping over sets. We're putting together Paisley. So the Paisley mini doll is coming up. I'm just saying that for indexing purposes. Alright. Okay, how is she? She's a redhead. Well, my girlfriend's a redhead. But she keeps her hair short. This one's got a really long wig. Well, okay, I got everything here. Did I even say her name? Paisley? Let me look it up here. Let me look at it here. Can't. Well, that's what she looks like. Oh, she's got the emo fringe rocking. Oh yeah, let's take a look here. Is that really her name? Did I read it wrong? Or Paisley? Yeah. Okay. So Paisley is the emo girl. Or it could be seen. I know my friend, she's telling me, do you think I'd look better with my hair grown in? I just told her no, leave it short. I don't know. She showed me a picture. Before I met her, she had longer hair, and she showed me a pic of herself, and I said, oh, just leave it short. It looks more youthful on you than the longer hair. Here, you can go there and visit Leo, and you three can fight over him. 3 girls fighting over one dude in here. Alright, now we're back over here again, and I've got so many parts. I'm trying to fit all this over here for you. We can get back over here to this. Trying to see if I can rotate it so you have a better view of everything. I'm already pretty much bottomed out on this thing, or maxed out on the height. I can't raise it up anymore. Okay, we're looking for, oh, a tan. I thought it was yellow. I can always use 1x3s. That 1x3 flat tiles seem like they always come in handy on any kind of build. Ooh, yuck! We're gonna have to stack 2 3x3s on top of one another. Why, Lego? That's kind of not only a waste, but these are a bit of a turd to split apart. Well, I could stick my fingernail in there, but still. That's evil there. Well, you can tell there's going to be steps that go down into the pool. Maybe that's a diving board, we don't know. We won't know much of anything until we get it built here. And sometimes I'm trying to figure out where I'm at on these here. So you get the 4x4 rounded brick. Put that in there. Just checking my work. We don't want to have any more catastrophic errors again. Something must slide in here because we got 2 more of these. There's 2 more columns that we're making here. That can be, something can be slid in there. Maybe that's the guillotine. I think that's how you say it for the guys who don't behave well in here, huh? I mean, really think about it. You put their head down there, and yeah, you just, I don't know. We'll find out what that all does here. Okay. Oh, it goes right here. Glad they had an arrow there. Of course, they could just highlight all the parts, but I think they're trying to save ink. And yeah, what goes here? Oh, another inverted slope. Yeah, I gotta go out and pull my car in the drive. They say it's gonna rain, but it needs to be washed. I don't trust the weather guys out here. Oh, it's gonna rain. This is gonna be the biggest storm of the season. Next thing you know, I'll go outside where they say it's gonna rain. I'm like, the biggest storm? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything happening out here. Remember I bought a couple of these? Now we're getting a bunch of these little records now. I can always use those. And stick a 1x2 flat tile. We're going to have to stick a sticker on it, number 20. Building a turntable, number 20. Oh. Okay. Andrea, is that her name? She's got her own phonograph now. Is that her music record? Should we put that on right for her? There we go. And they have that just hanging. Okay, yeah, things are starting to get brittle now. She had, let's see this, how far does that go up? Okay, it goes up a little higher, right there. Okay. Boy, let the stickers hit hard now. Another step with a sticker. Now, I got plenty of these 2x4 flat tiles in black, but still. At least it's not on a 2x6. And that's sticker number 5. Oh, it's some kind of graphic equalizer. My old stereo rack system had one of those. And oh, okay, I see. So you just pull this out and the magical bed appears. So when you're done performing, you can just crash right on the job. And another sticker's coming up. Isn't that cool? So now the stickers are just flying out of this build. And that would be sticker number 1. That one right there. I was going to say, is it that one program that I use for editing audio files? No. Notice how I don't say certain product names in here. Unless either I slip up. But if they're not sponsoring me, I won't mention the product names. And so the computer thing goes here. So you slide this out and you hope the computer monitor doesn't fall on your head. Alright. At least we're not doing this. So that was step 150. 151, there's no none of that in here. Boy, this bag's got a lot of little parts. It's little stuff now. We're getting to the little things. Yeah, the only thing I can find on Google Maps for a vacation. Okay, this is the wrong piece, then we don't need the holder. The only thing I can find just for vacation stuff is camping and outdoors. And I thought, well, okay, you know. And then I looked and looked and looked. Everybody's closed for the winter because of the imaginary snow. And I thought, well, I guess. Then we get a microphone with a golden top. Must be a microphone stand. How am I going to remember all these features? I don't know. So if you're in bed, you can sing with the microphone facing away from you. All right. Let's see here. So we're moving in right now before we're even finished with the house. All right. And guys and gals, like I have mentioned, I gotta have fun doing these. I've seen some guys who do the Lego reviews and they're dead serious. You know, I mean, you gotta have fun, you gotta play while you're doing this. You'll go nuts. Well, all I can find is plates, but I can't find any flat tiles of any of that color. Oh, there it is, it's just buried in there. Now the manual's doing that rubbing noise. Alright, let me pull all the leaves out of here. I am just so lost with them because I need a specific color and that's all I see are leaves. Alright. Oh, but we need coral first. Yes, for you guys out there. These beautiful mint colors. And I think that might be, I don't see an orange, so I'm assuming it's probably this. And yes, I'm partially colorblind, by the way, so I can't really tell sometimes what color I am building. And Lego's interpretation of color is just sometimes just kind of bad. Okay. And then we need a round stud. You notice now we slow down to a crawl. We're just doing accessories at this point, and we haven't worked on anything big. The big stuff just, man, it feels like it's going quick. And then now all of a sudden we are, well, that's just a tile. Now we're down to a crawl here. All right, we have an ink tile. Yeah, there's a difference with ink versus the warm gold. Different sheens, and two, that will possibly rub off. That's why I avoid using those at all cost. And then we have a little letter thing here. Can you see where I'm working at? Yeah. Also got to remember too, some people use the closed captions on these, and I have to be careful. Well, we're going to have to really be careful. There's two different styles of letters in here. Or it could be a purse, but all right. Where does that go? Okay, it goes right over here. Boy, pressing that down with all those accessories on there is really kind of hard, but it went right there. I wish I could show you a better shot, but it's I'm just kind of cramped for space in this little corner right now. Yep, Christmas time. Yeah, some people do get depressed on these time of years. Mainly because I'm not married and I don't have children to share it. So I have to use Lego to kind of fill in those voids. It's always, I've been looking into foster care. But there's just so many rules. Like if I want to take them out of town, I have to get permission. There's certain rules you have to follow, like what foods they can eat. It's kind of complicated. I've always been told that I would make a great dad, but a very strict one too. Especially if I had a daughter. Must be some stairs going on that there. But I've been looking into foster care, and sometimes it's pretty hard. It depends on the child you foster. And I know there's some people that get into that for the money. I'm not worried about all that. Before it was just me here, and it was just kind of, I'd wake up, go to work, come home, fix the dinner and go to bed, or do some Lego and go to bed. I met my girlfriend and things kind of changed a bit, but yeah. I'm putting another one of those here. And then, so we did these nice easy riser steps, and now we're coming in and making them normal minifigures, or normal classic minifigure steps here. Let's see here. Oh, that's not supposed to go there. I'm being silly, huh? I'm not even paying attention. I do have an uncle that adopted two children that he was fostering. He ends up getting I think an older daughter and a younger son. He wanted kids. His wife couldn't have kids, so that's how it went. I'm like, hey, you got a family, you're not waking up in an empty house. And no, I can't. I can't get a dog. I'm just not here long enough to take care of it. Huh. Yeah, we already did those. Okay. And back over here. Well, be careful with this. I have a feeling that's going to break apart. Because this is just, oh, that's in there pretty good. I thought that was going to fall out, but no, Lego's got that locked in pretty good. And fill that in there. I wish I just put highlights around the parts. That's one thing with my building guides you get. Every part's going to pretty much have highlights unless they're in sub-steps. For some reason, the program I'm using doesn't highlight those. Alright, so it looks like we're making a safe. And, or it could be a mailbox too. Well, let's just, they show all these in here. What if I just throw them in like that? Well, okay, it just falls out. Put my finger in the back there to prevent that. Okay. And then we need sticker number 7. Okay. Which is that right there. Let me make sure. It just says 90. Maybe it's the maybe it's the address house is 90. 90210. And we're not done yet. Try not to yawn in your ear. It's been a very relaxing day, so we're still on this bag, by the way. Alright, I had to take a break for a bit here. Sometimes I got to slow down a bit on these here. Alright, so this bag's got a lot of little parts. I thought this was going to go pretty quick, but when you got a lot of the little pieces, it just kind of slows down a bit. And then we got to put the large header up here. You know, so I'm not pressing that down all the way. I have a habit of just holding under there. These were always cool when I was a kid because you get to have finished ceilings in your house, except for the fact that they didn't make them in a whole bunch of colors. I forgot to put those in there when I did the last step. So I put them in there now. Alright, we're going to need to move this monster around. I may have to put this on the turntable. It'd be easier to do. I think I may do that. If we're going to continue on building this, I thought this would be modular. But if I have to keep moving it around like this, I will have to put it on a turntable. It'd actually be a lot easier. I'd have to readjust the camera and stuff. And I mean, I guess I could. I mean, it's right down here on the floor. Let me just clean up all this up real quick, then we will do so. And then we'll put it on the turntable. I think it'd be a lot easier for me to spin it around. And not too bad. And let's see here. Do I still have that light plugged in? There we go. And all right. Let me put this on a turntable now. The reason being is because I'm having a hard time. I'm always moving this thing around at this point. And it would just be easier putting it up on here. And I mean, I mentioned this in other build installments that I've done in the past on different various builds. And that car is going to be, they should have put some way to keep it from rolling around in the back. This is a lifesaver. Takes up a bunch of space on the workbench, but for the most part, it's, I can put it up here like this and rotate it around where you can see just that. And then I can just rotate it around like this and point out all the stuff. Like right here, we're going to be working here. It's a lot easier than just me, okay guys, just hold on, let me get this put in and then we'll show you what I did. You know. Yeah, when you're also building stuff like this, just keep an extra bin that you can use to put your spare parts in, because you may need them. How do we do something like this? I'll just rotate this real quick and work on this bare spot back here on the table. And that's a little better. Then I can just rotate it like that. You know, I've seen videos. Oh, today I'm going to show you how to build Lego sets professionally. You know, this is one thing. This is not a requirement, but it's a nice little spoiler item. You can get spoiled by these. Is the turntables. And this really is just a serving tray where you put your like condiments and stuff on a table, and you can just spin it and get the stuff you want without having to reach over. It's really nice. My mom had one of these and saw it at her house. It's like, I'd like to have that. So she just gave me it. Asked, what are you going to use that for? I said, it'd be good when I'm doing my Lego stuff. I can just spin the table around. You know, I don't have to move the thing around all the time. And it's like, oh, here, just take it. She had another one. And so it helps. It works too. And you know, it's better with the bigger projects, is then you don't have to you don't have to fight it or anything like that. It just takes up more space. When I was going to do that, my Lego room originally in the shop, I was supposed to remedy all that. And one of the things I was planning on doing was having a cutout in my workbench, another part of it, so this would be flush, and I would just go in and rotate it around. You know, it'd be also good for repair items too, but I never got that far. Matter of fact, it was just gonna be something to set on top of the counter, and then I could just, you know, have it where I could just slide pieces, just little to no gap, and all that stuff. And I can just slide things over, and it would just be kind of cool. And then maybe have a gear or maybe a motor, and just press a button and it'll just do this. Although I'd rather have it manual like it is now. What is this, some kind of mud pit? Oh god, we're gonna have to make flowers by hand too. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. Well, yeah, bag 7 is brutal. I mean, it was small, but it's got a lot of little parts. Lots of little pieces. You gotta make 2 of these and 1 of these. So let's start piecing things together. What I'm gonna do right now is start separating parts over here in colors, because I'm kind of trying to find them. Okay, we need to find the flower that goes in there first. Oh, I found the one that goes over here. There's 2 of the blue ones and 1 of the light purple ones. And that nasty color there. That's like, oh, we're going to breeze through this build. No, we're not breezing through anything now. We're at a dead crawl. We worked a little bit on the mansion, but this bag here just had it just has lots of parts in here. This is supposed to be blue on that one? Yeah, this is actually supposed to be blue, not that color. Yeah, you're going to get confused on the colors on here real quick. We're building a whole bunch at one time, and I'm just working on several flowers at one time. You don't have to. You could do one at a time if you choose. You could do it any way you want. But the reason why I'm doing multiples is because there's just a bunch of parts staring at me in the face, and I'd like to clean off the workbench a little bit to get to them. See, I can't. Oh yeah, I can put that one on there now. So you're going to be spending a lot of time on step 78 and step 79. I thought, oh, I can get this done real quick, right? No, what time is it? Almost 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah, I thought, oh, this is going to be an easy one today. I'm only doing 4 bags, you know. Now I'm glad I'm breaking these down into 4-bag installments because there's no way. Let me start pulling out all these colors in here. We already got that one going, and I was starting with these first. There's the brick separator. We'll set that over there. Some kind of weird plant thing. It's not really pretty, huh? I'm just trying to go through all the stud flowers here. I got pink. And put that over there. I have a film we're going to make more of these. I forgot to put one on this one here. I mean, it's like we were going real fast, right? And we're not even done with any of this step. And I think that's it for this one here. And it goes right down in here. And of course you could just leave it sloppy. So that's where that goes. Here I was getting a turntable to make this easier. And what am I doing right now? I'm in a fixed position. Haven't moved. Haven't moved an inch here. I'm literally just crawling. The big pieces, it makes the bags look full. When you get a small bag full of large, then you get a small bag full of small parts, you're going to be there for a while. Too bad this wasn't a modular set. Okay, this sits up here, and they have this one rotated. But it doesn't rotate all that much. I think that's as far as you can get it to go. Jay, you have to finish this up. This one here is a little different. This set's already overdue because they sent it to me late. What I'm inclined to do, I may just start working on editing. I got one more that I got to edit first, and then I'm going to start releasing these as I go. Just to start pushing it out the door. Because I got some days right now that are... the only thing I'm releasing right now on this channel as of this date is basically set builds of old... Lego sets, builds of old Lego sets. I just kind of want to get this one here done, and then that's it. This whole bright mansion, and what are we doing? We're doing some kind of weird desert scape flowers. I don't know, this vomit green or olive green, whatever you want to call it. Just, I don't know, it just doesn't belong with this. This is kind of like a scene that I'd see in my area with the cacti. I want to get that straight, but it's not letting me. It's playing games right now. Alright, and then we got to put a bunch of little flowers by it here too. Should have put the flowers on here, but I see why, because it had been a bunch of sub-steps. Well, that fell off, and I got to ding it down to an 8.8. I've been having a bunch of pieces flake off, so it was due to happen. What killed this set, though, originally, though, was the scratched pieces. And I mean, I'm at least being honest with you. That's what did it for me. To a kid, it won't matter, but to an adult, it does. Especially when you're dropping $200 into something. Okay, oh, this goes on the front. See? This makes it easier. And this gets placed in like that. So it's kind of like a wall ivy type deal. It just slides right on in there. How do you press that in there? Very carefully. Just press in places you think are solid, right in the middle of the flowers. You really want to get that fixed in there. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is all colorful, and that right there is kind of just like, why are we putting that in there for? And we're not done yet. We still got to do more little flowers. Oh yeah, let's do more of these. Okay. Alright. Whoever gets this set, your fingers are going to get a workout. Now, I don't know what colors are what on here. They're showing a pink one, but did I use up all the pink little stud flowers? I might have. When they have the pink and the magenta, they look almost identical to me, so I may have made a mistake. You know, so, yeah, it'll happen. There's not a whole lot you can do. Sometimes that does happen. We'll put this one here. It's supposed to be pink, but in the book they show something completely different. There's a lot of arrows in here too. That was always a discussion in the LAN about color perception on the sets. Let's check our work. Got a bit of a bare spot there. Oh, we're not done yet. We got to do one more of those little flowers. Isn't that fun? And I'm missing a whole leaf piece for that one. Huh. Oh, you know why? Because I put the wrong color in there. That looks pretty good, but we got to have that cute green on there right now. I forgot about that. Okay. All right. Now we need to put the last flower together. And they're built the same way. I mean, they're just... so you're actually making two a piece, so that goes right there. I was like, there's got to be something that fills in that little hole. Well, that's what fills in that hole. So you're going to be doing 4 of these. So if you do build them, just build them. Read ahead and build them all, because I had to stop what I'm doing to make this last one here. Now, mine, I'm only doing about 600 pieces a day on this. That's a lot. Yeah, so bag 7 is pretty brutal. I see bag 8. I see it in the manual right now. But we're a long ways away from that. And this goes in here. And I think that's it, because how I know, these are just like little items you usually get that are spares. And that's what we have remaining for bag 7. Okay, bag 8 looks like it's got some big parts in it. See how full the workbench is getting here? That's one of the reasons why I just kind of don't like using the turntable. Well, I guess I can put that car back in there. The mini dolls, I could just have them sitting in the pool with Leo. So we had Paisley, Autumn, and Andrea all in the pool with Paul. No, not Paul. Leo. Paul's another guy in the Friends thing. I don't know. There's so many Friends dolls. And we need to get in the bulk bag. And grab that. Oh. We're going to grab the other item out of that. And this weird thing. Looks like a lift, like an elevator. Alright. Little pieces, it's got me worried. So, this is the 2,275 bricks. It's probably mostly small stuff. The set's got a little bit of everything, though. Okay. Put this stuff back here, and who is she? She's got glasses. Let's see if we can find one here. What's her name? Olivia. Oh, Olivia's changed. I think we have Olivia's house, huh? Alright, here we go. Now we got to find the mini doll stuff. And now I can slide this over here. And we got some transparent pieces, and so far these look pretty good. Now, mind you, I'm just digging for the mini doll right now, so I'm going to put her there. And I'm just trying to pull out all the transparent parts, not only to inspect them. This one here's got a scratch on it. I've already dinged it off. So we got a nice piece of licorice here that's gray. It must be extra moldy for your enjoyment. Can't find the rest of her parts. Well, I found Olivia's head. She looks more like a doctor than anything else. That was one thing I never wanted to be, was a doctor. I heard med school is really tough, so I never got into it. Of course, the med students, I remember computer science, there was some med students and they thought computer programming was very hard. And I'm thinking, oh no, what you're doing is hard for me. I still don't know how I passed oh God, what's that class? Biology. And we're not done with her yet. She's got a selfie stick. So the minifigure you're building has got a lot of little parts. You're going to have to go through all the big stuff to find just the little bits and pieces to piece together a selfie stick. Let me just set that up there. One of these clips that's transparent. Those are cool. Now I got to find the cell phone. What color is that? Black? At least it's not white, where I'd have a hard time finding it on here. And it's printed too. That might be it. Nope, that's a regular one. Is there a sticker that goes on that? No? Okay, so we got to start separating all this here. Yeah, I'm spending a lot of time right now trying to find little pieces. Now, could I just keep going? Yes, but I'll probably forget. Okay, I found the part for the selfie stick. And that. So we just now need the cell phone to put on there so she could do their selfies by the mansion. It's broken. It's not complete yet. Probably doing a selfie on the construction going, Jay's just going slow. That's the last one. It looks like one of those fruit phones, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to say it here. And then she can do that. No, she needs this to do the selfies by Leo. Of course, she's going to fall over with that. Okay, we're done with that. Now, she can go right here. Let's put her down here. Things are going to get kind of weird. You know what I may have to do is, sorry, but I'm going to have to move the camera. It's already maxed out, and I can't go any further. I had somebody literally complain the other day, another complaint about it. Why don't I just edit that out? Well, this is raw uncut. I don't edit this stuff out unless I clear in my throat or I have to answer a phone call. You'd be amazed at sometimes I get some really weird requests. Well, Jay, why don't you do this? Because the big YouTubers do it. Well, I'm not like the big YouTubers. I'm not like my other, if you want to say, colleagues. Let's get that straightened up there a bit more. Now you can see more of a down view on it now, huh? Alright. I still got the floodlight on. Let's see if I turn that off. Yeah. Doesn't really make much of a difference, just a little bit. Alright. I got that only at 18%. I mean, I could turn it all the way up and just saturate that, but then again, I just need enough to kind of fill this in here. Okay. Because now we're going to work here and we're going to use more small pieces. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Alrighty. And right back here at this corner. You get all these big, large parts, right? Let me pull that over there. And what am I doing? I'm going to have to make a bigger lecture for this, or just get a... I wish they would send me a digital manual so I could just put it on my old iPad. So then I wouldn't have this long book in the way. It's not that I don't like the digital manuals, I just don't like that goofy app. I'd rather just have an old classic PDF file, because that works good. But I was told, oh, we can't send those out right now because what I was told because of the leaks. I'm like, well, it makes it harder for me to build this stuff here. See, now you get to see more of a view that I see now. And yeah, this has been a very slow day in terms of building. It's just a lot of small parts are going into this. I thought it was mostly big stuff, you know. Okay, you only have so many bags, but I mean, it's an enjoyable build. I'm not bored with it by any means. It's just small pieces, just drag them out a bit more. And I think they say stack 2 more on there. Let's ooh. No, not stacked them on there. There goes the water hammer again. Yeah, that buckled. Yeah, after I get done with this filming, I gotta go out there and check the PSIs on the house. I shouldn't be doing that much. I'm afraid if they rattle too much, the joints make work themselves loose, and then yeah, I have to pull a couple ceilings down, which is not going to be fun, not especially through the holidays. Oh wow, a medium nougat radiator grill. And you think you were done making flowers? No, you got a bunch more left to make with that nasty green color. I mean, for this, I thought maybe we'd hit some brighter colors, Lego. This goofy color here. Okay, these go right here. And so the gals in the pool can enjoy the flowers while they're playing hide and seek from Leo, trying to hide from and never to be found. Okay. At least it adds a little bit of color in that corner. And we're not done yet here. We got to make a life buoy or a life preserver. Got to preserve that life in there. Oh, wait a minute. This must be for Leo because he probably doesn't swim, huh? So the girls can all make fun of him. I wonder if they fit in there. There. If I could find the broccoli hair, I should put the broccoli hair on this kid. He'd look better with that. Yeah, he does fit in there. Okay, so it goes in the pool. I'll put that in there too. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? That's what this piece here is for. Come here, Leo. While the other girls are underwater trying to pull you under, you can stay in the life preserver. There you go. We'll just toss you in there and say you're done. And then we got the ladder for the pool. There we go. And we're working right on this corner here. Let me make sure here. Okay, I see what we're doing here. It's hard for me to see over here. You have a better view than I do. There's a bunch of parts going on right over here. It's right here at the bottom of your screen. I mean, we're about 70, well, we're probably about 80% done with the book here, with booklet 1. Now we can get to the big stuff again. Now we're really going to breeze through it. When you're doing small pieces, it just gives you the illusion that you don't have a lot, but you have a lot to build. And you think this would have been included down here when we were doing this. And we got to make 2 of those. I didn't read ahead. It was right on the spine of the book. So it goes right here. You just got to make 1 more of these. All right. There we go. And after that's done there, we put more columns in here, right here. I don't know if I can slide this back. I'm missing some rubber feet on the bottom of this. I'm gonna have to replace, maybe put some felt feet on it, but I don't want it to just slide when I'm doing the reviews. Not a whole lot of small parts in here. I want to get to the little elevator part because I think that's what's coming up. Well, we got to do our vegetables before we get our dessert, and I think these go here. Probably just trying to copy Jastifer with his landscaping. I did have a YouTuber comment on one of my, or he tagged me in a video, and he asked me if he needed any improvements on his mock, and I watched his video, and I'm like, dude, there's no improvements. Just add a bit more clutter to your builds. Some people get offended. I say, you need to add clutter, and they get all mad at me. Clutter is what makes the mock pop out. And when we're talking about clutter, stuff like this is clutter, that's clutter, these flower pots are clutter, that's clutter. Why is it clutter? You don't want to just build some square box and say there's your building because it looks boring. So you add clutter items, flower pots, lamp posts, trash cans, park benches, all that stuff. Why? Because it actually adds more bit of a flair to your builds. Now, wow. Now, if you don't like that stuff, that's fine. Some people don't. But adding just that bit of pop to your builds will actually make the build more interesting. Remember that barber shop that I built? A lot of people like the back side of it because it had the boxes and the utilities. It just makes the build pop out more. Like they could have just squared side this off and that would have been it. What are we doing? That's clutter right there. It's terrain. It's considered a clutter item. And that's fine. You gotta have your clutter. This clutter makes the build. Well, let me look at it here because I can't see them from that angle. All right. And then here, there's a bunch of pieces that are going here. Let's tackle this area first. I don't know when we're going to get to the elevator. We're doing this part first here, and we got to work right here. See, this thing needs to be fingered in there a bit so we can bend that back and pop it out and lock it in place. Okay. We're still on this side, by the way. Yeah, so I'm going to just go ahead and start editing these files after I get done with the ones I'm currently working on. And the reason being is so I can push these out as quickly as I can. Boy, that is just not going in there. So I can just start getting these edited, because this one here could be one that I can get done probably. It probably won't be done until after Christmas in terms of editing. I'm kind of in a music mood today, but I can't play music while I'm doing this, sadly. Sorry, but you musicians and record companies ruined it for everybody. Yeah, we can't play your music while we're doing this, so we just build in silence. Or I can play my own stuff that I've written, which is a scenic track. Or I can just put it in the video, too. I've seen some people where they've used the royalty-free music, and next thing you know, they get slapped with a copyright claim. There's some songs I'd like to use in videos, but you can't monetize, nor you can make the video it's only available in certain countries, and usually in the States it's blocked. Boy, I waste my time. So I don't even bother putting music in videos. I know it'd be more exciting, but you know. And now we got to put that right there. Now, putting these big plates on can be a bit of a daunting task. So I'm going to start here in this corner because this is pretty strong here. I'm just going to slowly kind of lock this in here and just slowly press it down. Some things may get out of alignment, so you're going to have to wiggle like these things here. See, I'm having a buckling issue right here, so I'll start moving it around. See how that just came right out? See, I can't press that down. There it went. So just work it in very slowly. Don't just start pounding things. You'll break it. So it looks like we are in there pretty good. And how heavy is this thing anyways? It's getting there. So this is obviously a model. If you're a parent watching this, get a turntable, go to a lumber yard, have them cut you out a piece of wood or find one that's close that fits in there, and then that's all I would just suggest that you do. And it shows that there, but yeah, you need to put one more tile in there, which is right here. There's stairs that take you down into the pool, and there's a ladder that gets you out, so that's kind of cool. Wow, step 201's not that hard. Just stack two of these together and put it in here. See, I'm giving you strategy, but you notice one thing I'm not telling you is how to build a Lego set. We'll leave that up to the other YouTubers to do that. The correct way to build a Lego set, yeah, the correct way is to put it any way you want. Some people will start at the back of the manual and work their way forward. Build it backwards. Nothing wrong with that too. I mean, do it any way you want. You could even make it a game on how to put the stuff together. Have a speed build challenge. Anyways, fine. Yikes, we are going to have to do a lot of plating on this little baby right here. Like that. And lots of plates today. We're plating this whole thing together here, and yeah, it's I think it's not little pieces, but still. So you got a really good view of that. Problem with doing these, sometimes I can't plan on how the camera is going to be laid out for that scene. These are just basically, I just open up the box and start building. Okay. Okay, excuse me, that's good. Now we got to start putting the railing on there. We don't want Leo to have any kind of unexpected accidents. As one of the friends' doll may stick her foot out and go, whoops. You gotta have a rail there, a safety rail. I think they're supposed to be like that. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I messed up. This is supposed to go right there, and then we got to get a bunch of these here and set them right above the door here in the garage. I'm sure this is probably strong enough that you can just tack these down in there. It feels kind of springy though. If you have to, just kind of stick your finger in there and just stick a tip in there and just hold underneath if you really are concerned, and even I'm getting a little worried on that. Okay, after that, oh, there's a big one that goes here. I like these column bricks. I just wish they'd made these in like 2 stud high ones instead of 3, especially for the smaller windows. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I made a mistake. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. These windows, they're not like the other ones. They got to face forward. My mistake there. No, actually, this would have been cool if they would have just made these the blue color to cut the sun glare off. There we go. We don't have a whole lot left here. Let's make sure. Oh, no, we're not done yet. We got to put some tiles on the top of the rail so Leo doesn't scuff his beautiful hands on that. I don't want that to happen. And there's one over here with a 1x1 plate. Must be a pillar or a column that goes up through there. Yeah. Okay, now we got to put the top of the garage on there. Just about done. We haven't even used the Twizzler piece yet, or the twisty thing, the whatchamacallit. I'm just really surprised Lego doesn't make a brick with the just bricks. See how this is cracking right there. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why they didn't stagger those, but I'm just copying what the book shows. See right here, they have that joint lining up. I'm really kind of frown upon that. Okay, now we're ready to put the lift in, which is right here. So let me get that closer to me here. And then it's actually asking me to stick a cross axle in here. And then shove that down right there. I was going to say that's probably the dance pole, but obviously not. And then we have the elevator piece. I'm sorry, this is probably something you'd see like in a utility thing, not in a house. I think in Europe they call them lifts. Out here we call them elevators. And that's it. So you just push that booger down. Well, there's no mechanical thing. Well, how do you bring that up unless there's supposed to be something like this? I bet there's more to it than that, but that's it for bag 8. That's what we have remaining. Alright, we're going to wrap up this installment with bag 9. We're about 90% done with the book. And there's a lot of medium to small parts in there. That's got me worried. Okay. Lots of round things too, so be careful. Let's just open everything up. Do we have to put another figure together? Yeah, lots of little parts. But this is the last of it here, and for the day, for me anyways. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to rotate the mansion. And let's see here. We're working right in this corner right here. Yeah, you're going to have to press plates upon plates. Tiles are okay because they're smaller. I've learned one thing when I was doing my campground. Don't set plates on top of plates like that. If you're really inclined to do it, just put your tiles or use 2x2 plates. They're easy to set on. Alright, so obviously this is going to be the dining room, and how I know that is now you notice I'm not committing to anything yet. Then we have, this probably is a dining room, or it could be a living room. We got this rug piece here. Little pieces are easier to press down than the big monstrous ones. See, I almost messed up there. Should be a stud behind that too. Yeah, it's a stud reveal. Okay. One nasty gray piece that goes here. Maybe it's the wood burning stove. Or they'll be roasting chestnuts on, we don't know. Oh, we got some hardwood in here. And this is all pieced together with little parts. Starting with that one. How do you get something like that in there? I can't get my hands in here. Take a brick, press it down in there like that. That's all there is to it. See, I'm giving you building strategies. You know how many people don't even watch this channel and they go, Jay, how do I do that? I'm like, I covered it in one of my other things. Oh, I don't watch that channel. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, I could do building strategies too on my main channel. I should. Just recommend it. I would not say this is the correct way, because that would be a lie. Well, we got a hardwood floor here, and that's the dance floor, but that's awfully small. Yeah, it's like, what are they building here? When you build one of my models, though, you really don't know when I'm doing this type of floor. Like, why is he putting random studs in some areas of the floor? You know, that's what I've been kind of been doing on mine. Trying to pick up all the medium nougat off the workbench here. So now we can move on to the second guy here. Okay, so there's pillars right here. I was right. Remember that pontoon boat? You get a few of these little half pieces in there. We got to make 2 of those, so you do get those too. I enjoy putting these friend sets together. They're just fun, and got the commentary to go with it. And maybe that's a fireplace. Okay, where does that go exactly? Does that go right in the middle or no? I'm going to check. There's a 2x2 flat tile that goes on the top of that. Okay, it goes right in the center. I didn't know exactly. I wasn't really seeing that in my mind. Okay, now we're going to need to build something else here. Not sure what this is yet. It's round. Don't tell me it's a hot tub. Yeah, but I always enjoy building with you guys and gals, even if we never have met or never really talked. At least you can build along. Okay. And we need medium azure. They got a lot of similar colors in here, so just be careful. Just have to use a little detective work. Ooh, I wonder if these are scratched. See that right there? Yeah, that's scratched. This one's in pretty good shape. Scratched and pitted. There you go. Now I may just start dinging harder on these things. Like this right here is unacceptable. This looks like a 4-year-old, like a 2-year-old chewed on this here. So, yeah, I'm going to drop it down to a 7.8 now. Was that an 8.8 now? 7.8. Because that's kind of, you know. And I put that on there too. I write it in that when I do my review observations and submit it to the Ambassador Network, I'm like, the set was packed horribly. Alright? Parts were scratched. I mean, what are you doing? I sound nitpicky. I know that. I do. I sound really kind of nitpicky. But for $200, you should not get a set that's all banged up, you know? That's in good shape. There's another one that's in good shape. When I start seeing them all torn up, I have problems with that. You know, it's not like I purposely took them outside and scratched them on the rough concrete or the asphalt, but, you know, so we got to put our scratched teething toys in here since it looked like a 2-year-old was teething on it. I mean, to a kid, it ain't good. Well, these are really falling off. Yeah, this is probably that, or it's the washing machine. I can't even get these in there. I should have put these in afterwards. But yeah, I mean, I'm a really hard grader when it comes to this stuff. I've seen pieces in personal collections that I've received in better shape than that. We're covering this up now. Maybe that's why they're scratched. But still, I want to scratch it up. You notice I'm not dinged off for stickers yet. Not one time. But I'm dinging off for scratched pieces. I said I was going to flat out do it. When I keep seeing them like that, I'm going to start doing it hardcore. I may end up telling the land, hey, you guys need to package this stuff better. I mean, it's you got a very expensive high-end toy. Your building bricks are pretty good quality, and then you pack them like that. And then I've seen knockoff brands who actually pack this stuff up better. I'm not asking them to hand... Oh, that's a nice cocktail glass. I'm not asking them to hand pack or hand wrap every piece. But what I'm saying is, the bigger window pieces, like these little pieces, they're fine, you know. But we're talking about the big stuff, you know. Because there's going to be someone out there who's going to get like, Mom, I want a brand new set. I want this new set. You get the set home, open it up, and half the pieces like a two-year-old was teething on them. And yes, I do sound like I'm complaining again, but, you know, that's how it is. I think the minifigures are supposed to sit in here, or the mini dolls, my bad. The mini dolls are supposed to sit in there. It's like a little spa or a jacuzzi or a hot tub. And, oh, it goes right over here. So that's what that opening was for. Let's see, did I get that in there? Yes, I did. Alright. Push that down really good. I don't like the hot tub hanging over the edge. What if there's an earthquake? Obviously, this is not staged in California, because that would have fell off. They would have not have passed that for a building code because of the earthquakes here. We have some pretty strict standards for stuff like that. I mean, it's hardcore here. Like my house is on 2 foot thick of concrete. I kid you not. It's to keep everything anchored down well. If a tornado or a hurricane hit this place, all the tiles and the roof would fly off. But I'll tell you one thing though, the framing of the house is meant to withstand an earthquake. That's why when you go to the eastern states, you don't see tiles on roofs. It's mostly asphalt. It's more, the wind will pick those tiles up. I've had some of mine just come loose. When we're sliding around on the roof, I found 1 or 2 of them on the ground. It will pick those up and rip them off. There's be little seats here. So I've had to go up there and put some long screws in them and take out the metal spikes, because wood will expand and contract, they loosen up, and it's just better to go up there and find a piece that's loose and then screw it back down. When it's screwed in, the roofers hate that. They have to come in and re-roof it. But here's the deal. I don't have to worry about that tile coming up. Just take that tile, get a long screw, get a good thick heavy rubber washer, stick it in there and screw it. You know, I put a washer, it's probably about this thick. And then I just put a regular washer on top of it. And I have a jig that I've made. When I screw it down, it just stops. You don't want those tiles screwed all the way in because they will crack. So I screw them in just enough to kind of snug them down. That's what the rubber washer's for. For expansion and contraction and stuff. And it keeps the tiles from flying off. Now if there's a hurricane wind out here, it's not going to stop it, but it will, you know, I mean, sometimes we'll get 50, 60 mile an hour winds out here, and I have to prevent that. Wow, okay. The instructions barely show it right there. You're going to have to place that right in the middle. I guess Lego can do that. I guess it's okay. I always start upside down and show this goes in the middle. What, Lego? No 3x3? You could have saved yourself one piece doing that. Huh. This must be the table. Yeah, I didn't know that this was going to run this long today. Matter matter of fact, where are we at with this? Because my hands are getting a little tired. Oh, we've only been up to that point. Let's put the table together. I gotta go check on some stuff real quick anyways. All right. Or you know what? Let's just finish this up. That's what that is. It's a little dining room table. Maybe it's the conference room. Alrighty. Okay, these are weird pieces. They have a stud and a... Is that a stud on both sides? They got a tube here and a stud on top. It's like a stud, but it's got a wider flange on it. They look like they're using them for plates. I'm just going to set these directly down on the table here. It'd be easier for me to handle and show you. Can you see what I'm doing? Here, right here. And stick those in there. It's like a dot set more than anything else. But they're using them for little plates, which is kind of cool, right? It's something very simple, but it's used as a plate. I mean, great for like making the holiday theme stuff. And they have some flowers. Oh, I made a mistake. It's not just tiles. There's flowers that go on the bottom of these too. All right, so just stick your flower in it. I mean, I make mistakes, guys and gals, you know, and I boo-boo on things. Do I grade on that? No, that's my performance. I'm not going to get mad at Lego for that because I wasn't reading. Like I said, we use this as a learning tool. If you make mistakes, this is how to fix them. Yes, you will need it. I'm going to tell you right now, even for someone like myself, pretty much an expert at this stuff, you will need this. That will be your best buddy while you're building this set. And we got a bunch of cocktail glasses. Must be for the after hours at the Andrea's Modern Mansion. I can use those glasses. Does something fit in these? No, what if a stud would fit in there? Let's try the end of this. No, I thought maybe you can put something in like a transparent stud or a transparent round flat towel to make it look like you actually have some beverage in there. Whoops, that fell apart. Now we're at a 7.7. That should have been. This all should have been built as one unit. Jay, you're really grading hard. Yeah, I have to. I don't think this is going to get a good score, to be honest. It's fun, but it's... What killed this set, because right now I would have probably had it, it'd probably be a 9.7. It's the scratched elements that did it. That's what killed it on this one here, and I've said it a million times, I've known, but it's colorful, but you got that gray in there. I think it's meant to be some kind of ancient stone or something. This goes right here. Yeah, I'm having a hard time showing you everything. Let me raise this up here. Jay, don't move it too fast. I'm sorry. Okay, we have a door frame without a door. And you skip a stud and go right here, because this is going to go next to it. Why don't they make these 6 bricks tall? I don't know. I really don't know why they don't. Because, whoops, I forgot to put that on the top there. But why they don't, I don't know. It'd be more of a very good help, especially for you guys and gals out there who build skyscrapers. There we go. We got to put her header above there. And at least it's all evened up. And it's kind of odd. They showed us an overhead here of this. I'll show you here in a second. Oh, I see why they're doing that. Because I'm having a hard time seeing this right here. I'll show you the manual here. Yeah, they have a call out there for that. And I was like, that was confusing. What if I didn't look at that? Well, yeah, I would have had a hard time unless you start with the tiles first. And this goes here. Is there something that goes in that little corner? Wouldn't they have filled that in with a round brick or something there to finish that off? Because that shows nothing there. That's really kind of not. Why am I putting it like that anyway? It's supposed to be like that. Whoopsie, that's my fault there. And I think that's it. And yeah, that is it because it's telling me to move to booklet 2. We'll say that for the next installment. And for the most part, except for the scratch teething toys, you know, this is a very interesting build. It's nothing too bad. And this is what we have remaining for bag 9. And we only have 8 more bags left. There's 17 in total. So I think 2 more installments we can finish this up. And for the most part, it's pretty good. We're going to set up here. And sorry, Leo, you're going back inside the pool. We're going to put you in there because you need the life preserver because the girls keep tossing you in there because they know that you can't swim in that pool possibly. All right. Yeah, I'll have to keep those out. I'm going to have to get a container for these. So far we've only put together 5 mini dolls. We're only halfway done with the build, probably a little over halfway. Oh, that's right. Let's put some broccoli here on that kit. I want to see what it looks like. Let me go find it. This is where I usually keep some of my sig figs. We got Texas 132. Probably have heard of him, Random Mind. MLG. He's just some random guy. I think that's Mr. Disney. We got Josh Bricks. I think Big Stash is in here too. Angry Dragon. Yeah, Angry Dragon. These are sig figs in here. We also got Jay the Kid Fig with his bowl cut. Yes, I had my hair like that with the curtains and all. And here's Jay the Adventurer, but I never really use him much. Now, we're going to see what broccoli here looks like on this guy. We're going to have fun with it. I mean, why not? So, take that off there. And, yeah, why did they put that on him? That looks a lot better than that other haircut, but I guess. Or what does it look like with curtains? I don't know if I have any more curtain care in here. Yeah, I do. Same color too. Let's put that on him. If I can get it on there. There we go. Looks better on him too. It looks like he's stuck in the 90s there. Yeah, I'm playing with my dolls again. No! You didn't see me playing with my dolls again. You can reference that movie. I'll help you out here. It's with Princess Vespa. If anybody knows what movie I'm referencing, let me know in the comments. No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. You know. And then that's where we're going to put him in there. We're going to stage this up. I got to do a thumbnail anyways. And we're going to just do that here. Sometimes staging them up for the thumbnail is also fun too. And we'll put her down. Let's put her right here because when I do my thumbnails, I always tip them like that. And put her right here. And she's going to live life a little dangerous. Well, she's top heavy. I got to do her fine if you want to sit down. Don't do that again or you're going to sit in the pool with Leo. There we go. She's doing that whole TikTok thing. And that's it. So I'm pretty happy with the build so far. It's playable, obviously, and you can have a lot of fun with this model, especially if you're a parent building this with your daughter, especially with all the guy figures running around here. And for the most part, that's it. You got the car. Let's try the car in the garage one more time. Whoa, somebody had to fly off. I can't remember your name, Autumn or something. No, it was Paisley, Emo Paisley. Put my hand here. Let's rotate this again. Just press that down. I wonder if I can find it. Oh, I found it now. Alright, so I'll put my hand here. The car just comes right out. Isn't that cool? And then you gotta, don't try to force this. Just use the lever for it. And for the most part, I'm happy. So tell me what you think of this set.